Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome.
What up, what up? What it do, people? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Pretty sure you did. Yeah, make sure you smash that like button. We've been keeping you guys in the right place and out of the way of a fucking freight train, show some love. Appreciate everybody flinging some bits. Zach, Mon, Janko, John. Anybody I missed? Brandsmount, Fractal, Peace Outside. Haven't got the show started yet. So, how'd you motherfuckers do? Did you guys bag some elephants? I see some winners inside Discord, like you guys are killing it. Yeah, the actual lens I was gonna go with today fucking crashed the show right when I was trying to go live there, so had to come up with a backup plan. So I had a more appropriate one that fit the theme name of the show, but yeah, it was a struggle. Bodie says he's Lime Gang. I like that. XTZ, ETC, phenomenal weekend from Victor. I like that. Shout out Cross. Fozzie, if that's the same Fozzie that used to be in Discord, where you been? So, a more decent start to the show. We've been starting under 100. We're starting at 115. So, market's pumping. And the show audience numbers on the open are a little higher than usual. So volume surges in either direction are things to pay attention to, right? Market moves hard enough to the downside, everyone shows up to go, what's going on? Market moves hard enough to the upside, everyone shows up who's not there either to go, what's going on? And so you got to pay attention to that, right? When markets move, there tends to be nobody around, and our show numbers are terrible generally when those movements are going to happen. That's why we do the skeleton crew kind of sentiment thing for you. So definitely see a higher starting number than usual. Not really great, but it's definitely higher than usual and notable. So take that into account. Great weekend. Looks like a lot of you had some great weekends. Respect Pricky G, Mr. Door, Bear Bull. Jan said best week so far with only 3 total plays in total. Awesome. Lots of tips. I think so. So how many of you guys get to rewatch some of this stuff? 8:43. Normally I'll be trying to like close. I'm gonna try to be done at 9:15 today for sure. Yep, reducing plays and focusing just on a few things. It's a lot easier to hit stuff when you're not like trying to fucking chase every single symbol out there. Things are so massively correlated, right? You didn't really have to fucking like do much. You just had to be right in the direction, and pretty much everything would have taken you up with it. So shout out to everybody who's done some amazing jobs, demonstrating really good risk management as you enter different legs of different waves and different resolutions in Discord. Pretty stunning how many of you have such mechanical entry logics you've developed from your research and war stories and the show. So that's the thing, what I try to tell you guys, I could tell you exactly do this, do that. But when you kind of like go through the work to back engineer and come up with the methodology and test it and do it, you own it mentally in a way you can execute it far easier than if I tell you do X, Y, Z. Because when you don't have like the mental dexterity and experience with what you're doing for your entries, you don't have any conviction of what I say. But when you put it together the way you've done it, you're really sure of yourself, right? You can really act on it. And so that's kind of part of the process of kind of making you kind of put the effort in to do the homework, is so that you develop like that ownership of the ability, right? Like I could tell you what skydiving's like all day until you do it. You're not going to realize while you're freaking out you got to pull your parachute. So it's kind of a thing, It's to see so many of you arrive there that are from the show is pretty stunning, and it's really it bodes well for what we're trying to do, which is train a smarter audience. And clearly the amount of you that can do that shows that you are indeed a smarter audience. B3PO says, also had a great week, also on 2 assets, such a big difference. Awesome. Yeah, like I said, like with the S&P and crypto, it's like you could really just like eat and spy, and those are your crypto plays. You really didn't have to sit there and fucking like thumb through the weeds of like, I wonder which guy's got an interesting project. You really could just kind of hit almost anything. So awesome. Pars Vital, I hope you're only fucking like knocking houses out of the park, dude. Holy shit. You're the king tipper of YouTube. We appreciate you, man. Whoever you might be, mystery person. Holy shitballs. Well, I gotta put out some fucking fireworks again this show then, huh? So there's a lot of winners at once. Always be cautious. I've seen a lot of you been good about booking your gains and then playing other waves up in continuation. Shit is literally retardo parabolic right now. Where did I put the chart at? Dude, how do I keep misplacing this shit? One sec. Oh, wrong side of the show. That's the problem. Sorry. Here it comes. Any minute now. So, boink. Does it get any better than that, folks, on a projection? I don't know. I don't know if we could have nailed it any better than that one. But yeah, that kind of trajectory that happens after everybody goes to sleep and the volumes of our shows go to the grave and a bunch of shitheads troll us from CloneX and it's a full fucking moon out there. That is the perfect recipe for an emotional fucking monopoly, and boom, you get it like that. I wasn't even playing when I said like a straight up fucking trajectory. I mean straight the fuck up. Same thing I told you in BTC, right? It's gonna be like kind of like that. Just one more flag and then boom, straight up. Everyone will be asleep when it goes too. Pretty crazy, isn't it? So made this highlight. Gonna have you guys watch this. This is ultimately where the depression low is. So as crazy as you look as they rotate down, we're still gonna pay attention to this, because if this is ultimately where the depression low is, then he's got a range of shit to do that will go sideways and build this all out, right? Put a shit ton of volume down here. And then when he gets done doing whatever the fuck, he can rotate out of here and create the low. But you aren't really looking for V bottoms. These things generate high emotions. The reality is, when this is done, the emotional state of the market is fuck NFTs, fuck crypto, fuck all of that. And usually that takes a bit of sideways motion with nothing to attract you again, right? These kinds of movements that rapidly bounce get people who have lost and are emotional to look back and say, what is the chances I could get my money back? See, like how right now the volume of the show moves with a rapid movement in markets, or like a rapid dump like May 19th, 2021, right? Rapid movements attract people who are not paying attention. So like these kinds of rapid V bottoms will make people show up really quickly. These won't. These drown people, turn people off. People's emotions get the best of them here. And then when it goes hauling ass out of this, they're asleep. They'll see it out of a V bottom. They won't see this shit. These kinds of bottoms take so long that the emotions die. You call these time corrections. They basically just bore people out of the market. And people who've lost money and see it going sideways get even more disheartened. So you generally want to see these kind of durations happen in the bottom of bear cycles to just knock people the fuck out, just like in this. This is crypto. This is a East version of that same bottom. Like a bottom and a bunch of bullshit, that doesn't go anywhere for a while. And that finishes off the psychology of the people who are just fully wrecked all the fucking way down to this. This just becomes no hope, and they just walk away. And in this is the complacency of your shorts, And when this begins to rip in their fucking faces, they're not paying attention either. It's a moment of maximum financial opportunity. Your shorts are fucking asleep, and your longs don't want it anymore. So this is about as detailed as I can tell you. This is the other projection we made on ETH, if you guys remember that. Sorry, I did a prep yesterday on this thing, but the one from the show is this shit. This is like morning prep. My bad. I guess you know what I'm thinking. That was the point, right? So, in the event this guy doesn't hold base, a flag under here would be the fucking thing that would be terminal, but if we're gonna get a fucking bottoming formation like we told you, he'd probably be shaped something like this. Booyah. About as good as we could do it. So if you caught it, congrats. So many tops and bottom calls, right? That one is video stamped. Not even sort of you can try to infer it wasn't exactly what he said. And a lot of the people will get a goddamn movie off a fucking projection like that, and the shitstorm we're dealing with in May and fucking June coming into the bottom. Earnest Gamer. Uptrends happen in all resolutions of time. Depends what resolution of time you're quantifying an uptrend on. You were watching me show video. Yes, Crimson Ghost. Hi, motherfucker. I could smoke some more grass, to be honest, but I didn't bring it here. It's all good. Don't do it, director. Why was the COVID low so different than what? COVID low, fucking, you have 80 VIX climax. Fucking the entire financial system popped there. There isn't anybody fucking there. If you remember if you were in the market at 80 VIX, you wouldn't be saying any of that. It was definitely different. You know what, girl? I could do one. Seriously, I'm not high enough. I'm in between getting high and not high. So I'm kind of blah. And I slept like shit. Hey, I have 159 viewers. See? That doesn't happen right now. So you have a lot of people. So whenever you see this, right, the show, no matter what we put out, was staying under 100. Now you have fucking like a surge in volume because like rapid motion in markets makes people go search for an answer. In CNBC, this is when they really fuck you up, right? Right now, if you're like, hey, fucking oil just dumped, what's going on, Jim Cramer? Well, let me tell you. And then you run into some deep shit. He'll give you an idea to confirm your biases, and then you'll be like, oh, do you know what happened to oil? You just heard that shit 20 minutes ago. That is like the big danger. So for all the people who've shown up who are like literally haven't been here while we're calling every goddamn move in the market, big danger is that the market's parabolic, and if you've shown up right now, you want to play something. And lots of things are in motion. You need new consolidation structures. So this is a cautious thing. So the sentiment read goes on my own show for people who I know clearly haven't been paying attention until just a second and things are hauling ass. You're like, what the fuck? Because I got DMs from people last night that were like, what is happening? And so it's definitely caught everyone asleep. Everyone who's asleep now wants to capture what they've missed because now the valuation idea is going to be, oh, okay, so 3AC, we know what's up with them. Celsius, we know what's up with them. Okay, it looks like for now, danger's off the table. One sec.
Delivery.
Special delivery.
Incoming.
I appreciate you, girl. Thank you.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream
I had to
will
get some
begin
ganja. Sorry, one
shortly.
sec, niggas. Sorry, yeah, I just had to get that smoke. You already know. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, valuation stuff. So yeah, remember arbitrage of perception is the people who want to buy right now will have to value what we thought made sense lower and buy that idea from anybody who occupies the same space we do. That's how markups work, right? You're transferring value not from like, you don't transfer money, you transfer perception, right? And so what's going to now equal the same idea at ETH 1400 that wasn't a good idea at ETH 900, and that's the danger right now is the populations of people who are going to come and try to justify a rationale to now buy ETH much higher than where it was. That represents danger, right? So something to pay attention to. Motor breath sounds like great smoke. I got motherfucking coochie runs, bruh. What you know about that? Exactly. The fucking coochie runs. The other one we had was called permanent marker, which sounds like some kind of fucking like back alley fucking huffing experiment, but they do the trick. Salty Sandwich, you're watching a unique idea become a crowded trade. So my show's at 170 viewers, right? Definitely the highest we've seen. We just did Skeleton Crew on the end of one of the shows, remember? Skeleton Crew is the flag that nobody's watching. And now my show's got the highest numbers in weeks. So that's always danger. Like people need to figure out what to do now that the market's gotten their attention in the opposite direction and you're so parabolic, it's probably like look for a new shockwave kind of time. But the reality is there's not a lot of people down in the trenches of it. A lot of people missed this. They were completely mind fucked, as we went into the ground, and the news stories were abound that XYZ is going to blow up again. There was a huge story last week that fucking more Bitcoin had been sent to fucking Binance and other exchanges than had been seen in a year. So people were pretty sure mass liquidations were going to come just now after mass liquidations have been happening the whole fucking time. Yeah, I had people telling me ETH is going to 500 and crazy stuff when you're cracking like 1,000. And that's the kind of sentiment you need for it to fucking go the other way, So without further ado, let me check for some war stories and shit. And we'll move on to do a macro stuff and check out where we're at. Since we do have a lot of people here that need to not FOMO into things and really pay attention to the broader view of what's happening. You guys do any war stories? You motherfuckers, let's post them in chat. Oh, I got a couple today. Look at you guys playing catch up. Funky Host war story 1 day ago. What'd you write? Past couple of months, I've been fairly busy with work commitments, and I've had such time to dedicate to markets. With that being said, I still maintain time to catch the shows and rewatch the ones I missed and focus only on 2 symbols, ETH and BTC, because of the 24-hour market's availability. That's smart, okay? And that's as simple as you need to be, right? So for everyone who's watching this, you don't go fucking write down every fucking symbol. You'll lose your fucking, like, shit. Like, focus on something and stalk it and make a plan for it, and life should be a lot easier. 5.166 Rs, good shit. What'd you say here? So I took a breather over the past month. Oh, wait, I moved something. I was getting chopped up making ridiculous trades that had no formidable reasoning for any real mechanic behind it. I was losing almost all of my trades and hitting my stops within a matter of minutes. And you're in a volatile market, keep that in mind. And if you're also hitting in a matter of minutes, it means you're trading in too low of fucking resolutions. You do not need to be trading BTC and fucking ETH in this volatility on the 1 minute chart unless you want to get fucking stopped out an assload of times. So I took a breather over the past month and began to get back to drawing board by watching some of the fundamental shows like Bingo. Anyone who's new, watch that show. Rewatching Bingo and combined with the intel that Kaz has been giving us, I decided to start looking at some entries. 5.16, after employing the logic of Bingo and the channel down into a bottoming range, then into a channel upward, I began to mark the floor levels respectively. I took some patience to wait for the right entry, and although I was tempted to jump in prematurely, I stuck to my plan and waited for it to clear the range that I had set out. It's a good deal. So yeah, and that's something for you guys. I have a starter pack playlist here on YouTube. If you haven't used it, you can use it. It'll give you some basic frameworks of how to look at price really simplistically. No rocket science, no indicators, no nonsense, just really basic price structure in its true form. So really good. Like to see this. Good rotational play. ETH USD. ETH being a risk asset and its correlation with other risk assets. I looked into ETH as I entered BTC trade. I saw a similar setup, replicated what I had done on BTC, drawing the floors in the channels and looked to enter, hitting a nice win. 7.4 hours. Cool. It's as good as it gets. Super simplistic, and for anyone who's new, really something for you to study off of also, right? You can see where his mistakes are in this on the way down. And, you know, I can see you just got fucked here on what should have been a pretty incredible short also. But yeah, this is really awesome to put out there for everybody, really detailed. So, good shit. Thank you, Kaz and Tel, helping me turn a bad couple of months around. Good stuff, man. I like it. I like it a lot. Where is that? I just lost track of it. Oh, what do we got for the week here? Lots of red numbers. And Wednesday, not that we care about too much. Monetary policy statement from the EU. With the euro at parity, this is your big news event of the week. What they say and their statement with what's going on to their currency, that should probably be pretty interesting and probably worth watching. Less important, but also worth noting is, you know, this Australian monetary meeting minutes, what they say about what's going on their side of the planet. And the CPI for England, a little less. But these are probably more currency impactful than index impactful. I'm not going to read these all because it's 9 o'clock and I need to do the macro. Fads. What up, Chica? So one of the few females in the entire fucking Discord, you know, somehow we've been doing this 9 years. We got like 800 people in the Discord, and it's literally still 1% of them are still female. It's like incredible, but it's such a skew in the world of crypto and trading. First war story ever. I was practicing making paper trades on ETH Saturday morning. Caught this breakout and decided to enter. Kind of fried my brain in conducting this trade for hours on such a small time frame. But I wanted to draw everything out as it played to practice getting familiar with how structure develops. That's as good as said as it can be. That's exactly what you need to do to start this out. You're not supposed to go in there, you know, don't go with live money. Figure out like how to actually work your platform, how to actually plan a trade, and more importantly, work your platform. Planning a trade is one thing. You'd be surprised how many fucking small mistakes you're gonna make when you just figure out how to put in orders on whatever platform you first start off trading with when you're brand new. Fuck around and figure out your platform. You don't want to get wrecked just having like, you know, forgetting that your stop loss cancels in 24 hours versus stays there. You will have a lot of little mistakes that will fuck you up really bad if you don't pay attention. Felt pretty euphoric once it got up there and knew that meant danger, but went into denial for a bit, then got scared, and then closed near the bottom of that wick. Still have a ton of room to improve, but I'm glad this one ended green. Kaz intel from Aurora stream, the Amazons, and up or down, who cares? Reddit posts helped me gain the patience to wait for a clean break rotation to enter this trade. This is months of hard work, frustration, tears, self-doubt, long hours, and fundamentals applied into this single trade. I joined in April not knowing one thing about markets, and I didn't believe I could even do this, but everyone's support kept me going. Everything I learned about trading comes from Kaz's newbie playlist streams, blogs, and Reddit posts. There you go. And from help from Vicky, Kaz, and Eco, who are just one message away. Being here completely changed my life around for better, and it only did once I started speaking in chat, voice. Still working on developing habits to be more consistent here, but this trade gave me some reassurance that I'm making progress. Never been in such a supportive place before this, so thank you guys. Really glad to be learning and growing with you all. Very good, 9 Rs. That's as good a rotation as you could play, and I did some crackhead resolution to fuck around with Ethan, so like, you know, that's also something when you're younger, you can sustain that for a while, but I do tell people, like, in this kind of volatility, it's a little dangerous to be down in those low reses, but really nice play. It's about as perfect an entry as you could get, so good shit. I'm going to save the next war stories for the next show so I can fit the macro in here and get you guys out closer away from the bell. This one looks short, so let me just look. I could probably get that there. Jason Kim's. It is short. Kaz mentioned the DXO. I was going apeshit in the Ready Player 2 stream, so I made a plan and executed this after CPI news on Wednesday. I let this play out and managed to get 44 fucking Rs. Wow, that's pretty crazy. This has been one of my biggest trades of the year. Thank you, Kaz, Vicky, for helping us stay in the game throughout the market condition. That's a ETH play you got. Oh, wow. It's like a fucking insane knife catch off the CPI. So, yeah, that's a fucking beast mode play. Wow, that's sick. So, congrats on that one. First ever trade. I cannot read that one. That's Chapo. God damn it, or I'll finish it. Mr. Door, SPY intraday plays. Hey guys, it's been a while since I posted a war story, so I decided to stop that complacent behavior and decided to post one. This is a story about intraday trading in the SPY, sticking to the dildo rules. Awesome. I tried to play both sides on the same day, getting stopped out twice, but I was able to catch one play that paid for the stops and left me some profits. Thank you, Cass and Director Vale, for keeping us updated and with timely, accurate intel. I appreciate all you do. Got lost on price and tried to short SPY under market open after being a little extended. Okay, so late short on the drop. See that? Second try using dildo rules. Looked like he didn't get far enough to get a profit on that one, and then he did a reversal and got a good play out of it. So awesome. So way to be objective and to flip around and go the opposite direction. So this is a single session, and yeah, this is as good as it gets too. You know, he went long, and if it stopped him out, he went long again, the same trigger spot. So good shit. And our new trader, who's this? Chapo. Lee, Avalanche, Tether, 3 Rs. Pretty simple. Oh, you wrote it down there. Hey, Kaz, I've been following you for over a year now and always try to catch the streams, replays, always just watching through and not even trying to attempt to trade or learn. Just the holding lazy shit. Finally said, fuck it, whatever I'm doing isn't working so I started to really take on the info. Read the blogs twice and watched the YouTube starter pack twice. Still have to go through the OnlyFans, but as you said in your Twitch vid, fucking try shit. Exactly. Started with a small amount of money and played this today on AVAX off a bull flag. Still can't believe I had a win. Come on, man. You gotta fucking believe in yourself a little bit. First ever trade, and I never thought I could actually do this. Thank you so much, Cash, for putting out free intel and wanting to help people out. I will be watching the rest of the training pack and getting my ass to Discord to engage more, as I know it's a big downfall I have. Thanks, Kaz and Vicky, for everything you do. Also need to say the whole Reddit thread and starter pack is a massive help to anyone starting out. Absolutely. So good shit. And for anybody who's new here watching it, this thing, it's pinned the top of the wall. Just pretty much to get you started trading. You just have to put some time in. All this stuff is on YouTube that he directs you to. Oh, what is this? Recommendations on how to go through it. Did you guys really write that up? You're pretty funny. So yeah, go to this YouTube thing. It takes you a starter pack. And these videos, just watch them in order. And these things will help your ass out a lot. I'm going to add one more to it also. But if you watch all of these and read Reddit and try a few things like on like paper first, know your platform first, then you can pretty much teach yourself to trade off of all of that. You just have to put a little time into it. All right, so that's that. That was a lot. Everybody get all that? That was good shit. Lost some people for reading scorecards. Well, sorry about that. But yeah, good shit, guys. I like seeing that. I like seeing the first ever trade Chapo fads. You know, you guys start some small, baby steps, and you guys will get yourself into it. But yeah, the war stories are invaluable. You have like literally 1,000 different experiences learning exactly what you're all going to go through. It can't be better than that from various vantage points, So I would definitely make use of the war stories. If the more you make use of war stories in the playlist, is the better you'll do in general. All right, so that being said, let's see where we are. Let's start with our SPY breakdown. Which chart did we put that on? Oh yeah, okay, so we had two of them. So this is the gap chart that we had inside of Discord. And remember we talked about, so we're paying attention to this gap thing. Remember this level is crazy. We marked it a couple times. Gap here, this contact. We had a contact here, I must have deleted it. And then again, right, it wicked it right here. And then it's just gapping. It's the craziest level, isn't it? Like literally this like explosive move after explosive move after explosive move, in fucking sane. So the rotation of this bull flag through this, pretty crazy. Did a dip on what am I on? 3 hour on Friday. Aurora, if you guys caught the inside joke of Aurora. How many of you guys pay attention to what we said about what Aurora meant? I don't know how many of you see Twitter, so I don't know that you all see our weird explanations of everything. Oh, did I show you guys this shit? Yo, how crazy is this? Look at this. How crazy is that? And this show became #1 out of nowhere. It wasn't originally, but this is now the #1 show. The Trail of Tears, which is where that forecast comes from. How fucking funny. This is last Wednesday. It couldn't be scripted any more ridiculous than that. It's the day after the full moon, right after the troll shockwave gets broken. They're literally crying before it goes fucking moon. Actually crazy. But yeah. I don't know. Does it get more precise than that? But I told you guys on Friday, right? What is an aurora? It is the northern lights, right? That was the inside joke of the show. People are always looking for direction, looking up to the heavens. It was a bunch of up jokes, I don't know. I thought it made sense. Anyways, not important. So back over to this deal. So we have a few swing levels on that. We use the gap chart. So the gap chart here is nice and cleaner anyway. So like I said, right, when we got here, you could go down to this box range, and then you have this one up here. We're likely now through this gap, your target's this area, right? If he gets back to the next gap, these are all super high volume gaps. So like we said, these guys look like crypto looks, and if crypto pumped, this would likely pump. The S&P was actually ahead of crypto, so crypto's kind of playing a catch-up move with it. So you look at like BTC right now, right? He's playing a catch-up move with the SPY also. They're all doing the same thing. So they're rotating the exact same flag that the S&P has right now. You can do that. You can see that by just dropping them on top of each other. SPX 500. Right, it's the exact same bull flag. So you're watching pretty much all risk assets are still really synced up. And that's good and that's bad at the same time, right? Good because it's easy to figure out what to play. Bad because it means you're still in a fucking dangerously risky environment. You don't have that kind of correlation when you're not, and you only have this kind of correlation when the VIX is pretty fucking high. So that being said, this guy ratcheting up here, he's still not out of the woods yet. This is a level I told you. This was the Bored Ape troll zone, and then we've got obviously the Clonex trolls down here. And we've got Clonex trolls up there. So this is a good targeted motion zone for what's possible if you ever get through Boats and Coke. But Boats and Coke is first. So with this guy rotating up, we probably want to project across the Bored Ape level, Bored Ape troll level. And so we're above that, and we want to see ourselves stay above this now in BTC to have the ability to finish this arc to Boats and Coke. And then the ETH version of it, right? So this projection is pretty pumpy. Like I said, everyone who's showing up now, right? And this is Finex. I know it doesn't have a lot of volume, but I love reading Finex. It's OG shit. Let me look at a couple places. Your big volume guy, right? They have such a fucking churn in here. Let me zoom out a little bit. You see, you can kind of tell, like, literally the show, right? That's the show volume. People stop showing up for the show. Right? As we're like, where is everybody? Until we get the skeleton crew and no one's here and we're getting trolled on Twitter. Right? People literally stop showing up in these kinds of bottoms. They just die and go away. So you're looking now, this like surge in volume. That's a surge in my show volume too. So when enough of those show up again, you're gonna get like what happens in climax is markets stop, right? So climax is on the up or downside. So this is moving down the direction people are getting the point. So you pay attention to that while we're here. This chart has no levels, but really simply, right? You don't want him back under that. To see if he can extend his way to keep pushing, up towards the clone troll shockwave up here. That would be the best case if you could get towards 17 to 1800. And then let's go back to his actual chart. So if this is going to have any legs to it, you probably want to see him do something like that. Maybe sustain the 1423 floor he's got, and then head up here to target this area. Probably should have drawn that out a little better, huh? Right, that's what you ideally need. And even with this, right, he's not broken really the structure, even this wave down. This is just a recoil from a major low. This still could be considered a dead cat right now. All right, as much as this looks good and we've made money on it, I think it's more likely that you've got a bottom in like some blue chip NFTs in terms of ETH pricing, but your ETH dollar, BTC dollar markets are still where there's risk because the Fed is still fucking de-risking the market as far as we can tell into 2023. So that does put some amount of pressure. Some of your big fucking fish to fry are fried. That's a good thing. But don't take your eyes off of it yet. I think there's a lot of people who miss that trench down there, triple digit fucking ETH. And that's the best case scenario for it to stay away from that area, is that there's a lot of people who slept on that shit. And the builders that that I see in the marketplace and that most people don't see are still building. And that's when you see what's going on with the artifact cycle, and I don't know if you guys saw what's going on with other side, but if you saw that 4,500 fucking test battle with Dakota, your builders that have funding are still building. The people who were Ponzi's that relied on fucking a velocity of capital to sustain their businesses are imploding. And that's kind of the rotation you have to have in your bull bear cycle, is like, what are the real fucking projects that are left? And, Yuga Labs is well funded. They are definitely, moving forward with Ready Player Me and Improbable's, massive multiplayer game structure. That's the next thing to see for the metaverse. So the other side test is fucking wild. Let me see if I can find that to put it up here while I'm in stream right now. I hope I can find it fast. 1 second. Trying to find it. Oh no. I can find it. One sec. Yeah, look at this, guys. This is like 4,500 fucking apes like battling a coda all at once. So this is like an alpha, but this is fucking crazy. And at some point, clones that are 3D are going to be in a fucking world like this too. with avatars from other projects. This is just their project right now, but this is massive. This is what they're working on, while Artifact is releasing the full bodies to us for people to make rap videos, make shows, model new clothing lines, create clothing lines. This is fucking epic. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life in gaming. This many fucking individual players in a world like this. This is some next level shit. And so this is probably like, the unseen value in fucking in the other deed is, so the people who own the property that have the coda look like they have the boss battles. So not exactly how you benefit, but the properties with the codas have gone fucking nuclear right now. And so if the coda is like a boss at 4,500 or so going to descend on to play in your world, you're like a feature world or some shit like that. So I'm not sure how that works. And I'm not sure how your fucking computer doesn't melt with that shit. That is true. That's some mind-blowing shit that's going on over there, bro. I was looking at that shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this running on? But yeah, that's fucking wild. So if this is the alpha stages, I'm talking 2 years out, 3 years out, you got a chance to buy like fucking clones at like 10 G's USD. Like fucking these projects are building some shit that you can't even dream of. Nobody's seen this coming. And we know about Improbable. We know about Ready Player Me and stuff. But like, what the fuck is that running on? Seriously. That is crazy as fuck. That looks like the most epically fun fucking like, multiplayer boss fight ever. So, and it does remind me a lot of like Travis Scott's concert in Fortnite. Like, Fortnite really had the model for this already worked out for a lot of people for that massive fucking like user experience. This turning into a fucking battle though, like this is just some next level fucking shit, dude. So, the 3D avatar body projects, they have a lot longer to go. I mean, 3 or 5 years out, we're going to be looking at like Ready Player Me type shit. So, yeah, definitely pretty fascinating with this. I think a lot of those ETH projects in ETH prices, literally should have found their lows. Your only real risk is in the dollar market with the Fed still putting a headwind to risk assets. But beyond that, one of the things we talked about here to get a breather to markets was seeing the USDT chill the fuck out, right? And this guy did. I think we drew a bear flag here when this guy rotated down. This is kind of key right now, right? This was a trigger out for this fucking de-risk in June 12th. This is the massive fucking de-risk of crypto. So this is a trigger. You're hitting it this morning. So talking about volume, show's hitting 180. It's the highest it's been in forever. There's volume coming into the market looking for what to do. And this guy is in a place that's technically important to pay attention to. Let me see if I have a USDT chart over here too. No, I didn't draw on that one. This is a DXY. No, not that one. So DXY was the other guy we said to pay attention to, right? If he violated this, this was going to be important because this was a trajectory. I told you, this is the kind of thing you're buying into is very dangerous. When price is leaning like this, it's uber FOMO, right? Just like here. People will chase this and run into a counter structure. This counter structure is or squeeze right now, right? That's the lunar high right there, July 13th. So how far this goes probably dictates how far we can squeeze also. So remember, this is still a bull trend and a 7-year breakout. And you can very much have that pattern we talk about that's like this, right? And then you can have so that's your big danger right here, is that this is going into a counter structure like this to turn into just another wave higher. So we now watch for the possibilities of that, and we gauge it if it will rotate all the way down here. If it goes all the way down here, it'll give room for a much bigger squeeze inside of risk assets with the dollar pressure off for a little bit. Some of the shit that went really parabolic that says he's probably like, warned to break, it's still fucking crazy. USD yen, Euro USD managed to bounce off of here now on one, and you're coming up on a monetary policy statement from ECB. That's going to be the biggest thing that can move the euro, and probably the DXY also. So you want to pay attention to that. They could say the wrong shit, and they can cause a headwind back to assets if the USD gets insanely strong off whatever they say. That being said, so DXY, so VIX things. VIX things, we talked about this guy. The bear flag on the VIX would also go to DXY. So there's the bear flag. So DXY, that is our pump in markets. We're on what I marked out as a significant level we didn't get to last time here. This was a big D-risk. And so this is your line in the sand. That little swing level I marked right there, 24.89. If you get on top of that and sit on top of that, you have a chance to kind of like, you've got a new low to this bull flag, so we can readjust this. That's your bull flag now. If this bull, rotates again, mark this D-risk again. So pay attention to that level for the day right now. It's kind of your line in the sand and with Dick rules, right? And if you look at that level, it's a very good level to watch where he's at right now. So caution today, I think, is the word of the day. That being said, there's still a lot of stuff that looks really good. That looks like it's attempting to rotate up out of here. We talked about these last week. A lot of guys with some crazy bases if you looked at these. So great technical levels of confluence, across many assets that allowed, crypto and stocks and various places to bounce that are really on the ground. Some stuff that's not moving, like fucking software, these guys look terrible, right? Software has not enjoyed the bounce that is happening in a lot of places. Amazon is kind of range trapped. Tesla is like kind of range trapped. Apple, is much stronger. Some of these guys are definitely have been stronger on the rotation out than others. So, definitely pay attention to that right now. As far as this is concerned, right, just like we talked about the structure that goes like this, and it goes like this, and goes like that, this can be the danger, right? This can be a bear flag. So you pay attention to the trajectory of what's happening with like leadership guys who are bouncing with the S&P. Sorry. They're channeling out that way. If he violates back to the downside, that could still be fucking, at least a throwback towards lows is still possible. Apple is going through a swing level down. So that is your line in the sand down. If Apple comes back through this, pay attention to that. He's a market stock, and it was a swing level to rotate down under. He's bounced on the old trigger of this old system. So, right now sustaining this would be bullish for the market and probably see the DXY and stuff stay kind of weak for a little bit. So I think that's it, right? DXY, VIX, some dollar stuff, some crypto things. All right, and then I'm at 9:24. I can't do any symbols, guys, or we're going to go into the market open. So tried to do as many things as I could. I covered Tesla and, some things that should kind of give you some hints about other risk assets, Right now, I think you got to Goldman Sachs blew away analyst expectations on bonds, so you could see strength in the industrial side of the market. You've seen strength in like some discretionary, some tech, and if brokers are strong this morning with Goldman, it's Dick rules. Goldman will gap on the announcement they have, so you will get the chance to play Dick rules on them if you play financials. But for right now, the sentiment tells us that lots of people missed the bottom of this particular bounce and are looking for their way in. So, markets are a little frothy, and if you've all done fantastically well, I've seen multiple people say they've had the best week ever. So, the saying, right? After your biggest wins can come your biggest losses. Be willing to back up in the resolutions you traded in and give it time to a new structure to form. There generally isn't as great an idea available right behind the last really great idea. At least not in the same resolution of time you found it. So, patience is a virtue and all that jazz. Stay safe, motherfuckers. Catch you guys possibly tonight. All right? Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome.
thought about being the moon today, but something about this filter seemed kind of racist. Anyway, good luck trading today, motherfuckers. Adios.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.